Greetings, I am Liz and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Here we go.
Alrighty guys, we are back to Pigeon Mayhem and we are trying to figure out why anyone came up with such a bad deal for these guys because this is terrible and easily exploitable.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if someone on the Hawk Party was in the Dove Party when they wrote up this deal with the humans.
I'm also, again, like, that would be easy to leak in my experience. Because the thing is, okay, so if I know anything about politics at all, based on my own experience just with our life, people infiltrate basically other people's shit all the time. They talk about the appropriation even of language and the words and the phrases and the way that they function, even to have the other parties basically advance themselves. Because in the end, everybody's going, but I'm the good guy, I'm right, I am trying to accomplish a specific goal. So they start sounding like what they think is the good, important thing that people will listen to.
And the thing is, it's just going, if you have a deal that's that specific, with that heavy of a consequence, that's so easily exploitable. And, like, I get that it's in a secret file or whatever, but, like, all of the humans have to know.
I was gonna say, also, if your Hawk Party has any eyes at all on the people, which they should on the human persons, they would totally be like, some shit is going down!
Why is there a human at this school? Also, why are the Dove Party and the Hawk and the humans talking to each other?
Yeah, and, like, that would be so obvious just from the start, though. Like, to set up this deal, you have... Okay, so as people have talked about it, the more people you include in on a deal, the more likely it is that someone will break the silence.
Right, the more people in on a secret, the less secret it is.
Like, it was the thing about Roswell. So, real quick, I know that we should go into this, but really fast. So, the thing about Roswell and, like, with the alien thing, they have actually talked about it, where it's like, they didn't come up with that. What happened was that people went all conspiracy brain on them, and they were like, oh my god, this is super useful! And they just encouraged it.
Yeah, this is such a good cover, better than we could have come up with ourselves, so they went and propagated it.
Yep, pretty much. So here we go. And the mystery we have left to solve is...
the blood-stained stranger, Okosa, going into the infirmary yesterday.
Exactly. What with the headmaster dying, an army of gun-toting bipeds showing up to turn us all into jerk chicken? Is it... chicken jerky? I don't know. And it all... I almost forgot about it.
Jerk pigeon.
And the scarecrow. We still don't know where he came from.
Jerk pigeon.
Jerk pigeon.
Jerk pigeon.
Jerk pigeon.
Hi, barbecue pigeon. He appeared along with the dome, and no doubt is connected to it.
I mean, that would make sense, but also, like, the scarecrow seems silly.
It does. On the other hand, I like that they're actually, 1, incorporating it, and 2, trying to figure it out, and 3, Ryota, good job for mental organization. That was an excellent and thorough list.
That was a good breakdown, actually. For as much as you've been, like, agonized.
I do have, on the other hand, it sounds like there might have been a convention previously to write things down in this game, and going, so Ryota is the one essentially writing them down, because everyone going, might be a good idea to write this down, and so Ryota's writing things down and going, I'll just read through the list.
Right? I still, like, it's still Hurtful Boyfriend now. It's amazing.
If we continue to investigate, I'm sure his origins will become clear. And Seed Pie's gruesome end is the best clue we have. For now, we should forget the puppet and chase after the blood-stained bird.
Right, I don't know how that will help us. Like, process of elimination, I really am not sure.
Also, bloodstained birds that showed up yesterday, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I know, they're not bloodstained anymore.
What if one of the ones flying out at the top was it? They're dead.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe that's what happened. They just killed themselves so they wouldn't be found out.
On the other hand, I think that's ridiculous, but I think it's, I mean, obviously it's an important character, but you know, it's like, they could be dead already.
They could be.
They could already be dead.
You don't know. Because also, that was really strange anyway, because I only ever knew a lot of students who would behave pretty properly. Like, shockingly, a lot of people are really good at being told what to do, and they'll just follow direction, particularly if they don't know what the fuck is going on. Well, and now if there's a lot of chaos going on, and then there's a lot of people going, oh, I know what's going on, my kids follow directions actually pretty well.
I was gonna say, it could be that, well, if you have some kids wandering around that wander out of the gym, and then back into the gym, you know, to talk to Oko-san, and then back out again, other people could be like, well, other people are coming and going, so I'm gonna go.
Right.
But as soon as one person or couple, as soon as a group of people leaves, you usually have more people standing up and leaving, going, well, they're doing it, kind of thing.
Yeah, but I don't remember that in public school. Yeah,
at the same time, it depends on if anyone is there being a director. Are there any adults in that gym saying, hey, we're going to stay in this gym?
Of course not.
Of course not, because there's no other teachers.
Yeah, I know. They're non-entities in this game.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So if there were adults in there saying what to do and stay here, and yes, I know they're leaving, but the rest of you stay here, stay calm, kind of thing, then they would stay. But if there's literally no one in there, it's like you got called here and then had no direction or, anything, you're more likely to wander.
Yeah, some of it really does also depend on the personalities of the people involved. Like, if you develop a relationship basically with your teachers or with your system and you believe in that sort of thing and go, hey, I will be respectful of this thing, or you go, these people constantly shit on us, fuck
you just hang around and
But that's also then I'm like, so you're saying St. Pidgeonations has a lot of people who are like constantly doubting what's going on and are easily like, they're like, I'm easily made suspicious by what's going on because you guys have betrayed me before.
Right.
That's that decided then. We'll go to the library to read up on the school's history and we'll go look for that bird. It probably doesn't matter, but which should we do first?
Go.
We're gonna go to the library. We're gonna go.
We've already seen the ghost once. Maybe he can help us.
Yes, I mean, and that's the thing is going, Ryota, what's with the bird?
Oh, stairs again.
The library. I wonder if Nageki's at the gym yet.
Oh dear. Nageki? Who?
I met him in the library earlier.
He stayed behind. An unusually dense individual, to be sure.
The library's a little ways away from here.
I love that they take the stairs, but because there was nothing going on in the school, everything was just glossed over in short hops with seed pie. But for them, since there's actual danger and shit going on, we have to see how they travel to see if anything happens.
Honestly, I also find this to be really interesting too because we spent some time jogging through the hallways. Little birdies. Blah, 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 blah.
Doing the little pigeon wiggle. Making my way downtown.
Having to hop up each of the steps.
Doing your little flap. Also, it looks dark outside.
I'm like, why wouldn't you just like just go?
Like, this looks super evening to me.
I've been trying to ignore it, but the dim light makes the library even creepier than the rest of the school.
Getting hung up over little things at a time like this is a sign of weak nerves.
Really?
Yes. Well then, where are the school documents?
Probably not where just anybody can look at them.
They're probably somewhere in the back then. No. Come, let us search.
Right. I just forever, like, Ryota has become Joey Wheeler in my head. Okay. Books, and none of them what we're looking for. I was hoping it would be in this corner, but apparently not. And
Joey Wheeler?
Joey Wheeler. It's from Yu-Gi-Oh! Remember, I have the Brooklyn accent
for
I've
never seen Yu-Gi-Oh!
It's okay. Like, you watch me watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged,
I have walked by you watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. That's it.
Okay. But so the thing is that for unexplained reasons, they were like, because I think the thing is that, again, one of those fun things about anime, and especially in regards to the translations that they will decide to do and the voices that they decide on for characters, was that I believe Joey Wheeler, and I'm not actually sure, I think his name is Junichi in the Japanese version, but he is supposed to be from a lower class area. He's like from Osaka.
And so instead of giving him the
hick accent or the farming accent,
they gave him Jersey.
They gave him the Joyzy. Hello. So that I'm like, so he's Ryota's now Joey Wheeler, and that's really funny in my brain. All right, and here a line of incredibly dusty What? That's odd. There are 9 of them. Volume 6 is missing. That's weird. Did somebody misfile them? Anyway, St. Pidgeonation's history. It's not here with the large volumes, so maybe it's a smaller book. Honestly, I love the fact that you can tell slightly that this is older, because, okay, so they have actually talked about it, that the existence of encyclopedias is really pretty much exclusively only for libraries. Because they don't really work anymore for an actual home life, and that's why a lot of people actually are advocating going, people should just have access to the internet for free, because everything now is basically online. The fact is, like, one of the big indicators of that is really that encyclopedias and dictionaries have basically disappeared from your home environment. They have. They used to be big signs of prestige and learning
and I'm interested in stuff that I can look things up, and it's just like, there's this, they actually did a competition of encyclopedias versus the internet kind of thing. And, like, you cannot win, no matter how good you are with them. 1, they're not as up to date, and 2, you can't get additional resources, and 3, they're just not as fast.
Right.
Like, literally, they're just not as fast. And so, yeah, they're obsolete because the internet has replaced them, in the same way that Choose Your Own Adventure books are essentially obsolete because the visual novel, like this game, has replaced them.
Which is super
technology
cool.
has moved forward, and it also means that people need access to be equal.
Which is why it's really important to advocate that sort of thing. Please support your libraries.
Do it!
Do it!
Also support your local, like if you get an option to vote towards internet as a community resource, internet as a, as a utility.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do
I
it.
totally recommend vote internet as a utility. Everyone gets it.
Yeah, like I honestly consider a lot of the things that you do, even if it's just on your phone, like the access and the basically level of familiarity, just the amount of stuff you can find online. Like really educating people in regards to the stuff that you can do online more than just, kids these days on their phones, because I'm still irritated about that. I'm like, fuck
Look,
that.
I'm one of these kids these days on their phones, okay?
Okay, and you don't know what I'm doing. I could be reading Wikipedia, I could be reading medical journals, which you can actually find. I'm like, my god, you guys, there's so much online. Anyway, St. Pigeonation's history. It's not back here with a large volume, so maybe it's a smaller book?
It's not there.
It's here.
Huh?
You never left.
Is that a problem?
Well, no, not really. But I told you earlier, there's an emergency going on. I can't tell if he doesn't realize what's going on or just doesn't care.
The records.
Huh?
Keep looking there and you'll never find them.
So, you know where they are?
Yup.
Well...
It says yup.
Hi. Hi. Well, since he's here and even now, I imagine he basically lives in here. So it's hardly surprising that he knows where to find things. I don't have much time. Could you tell me where to find them?
By request.
Request?
You don't know what that is?
He gazes at me with eyes like black holes of cosmic disdain.
That is so dramatic. I love it.
Abruptly, Ryota. Cosmic disdain.
I was gonna say, Ryota,
Wow.
your eyes are like galaxies, like stars, deep and dark and distant, and full of disdain. Cosmic disdain.
Nageki, are you okay? You just got really overwhelmed.
You just went really like blushy and ooh for half a second before you went, you seem grumpy.
Wow.
And you can only get them by request. They're not kept out here.
Then where are they kept?
Behind the reception desk in the back. It's not locked, so go ahead.
There are a number of bookshelves behind the desk. It's true. Thank you, Nageki. Really.
Don't worry about it.
I got the heart of cards.
Adorable. Kind of like adorable. You've been mumbling to yourself ever since we split up. Please try to remain in charge of your faculties. Kawara!
Oh, sorry. I was talking to him.
Talking to the bookshelves? Surely there are better uses of your energy. Also, don't gender the bookshelves.
No. Nageki was telling me where to find the...
There's no one else here. Cease your bizarre monodrama. Monodrama? Is that a melodrama?
It's a monodrama.
Your self-drama. Stop being such a self-drama whore. Oh my god.
Huh?
Whoosh.
What is he talking about? Nageki is standing right next to me. It's not like he's behind a shelf or something. I was worried he's a figment of my imagination for a minute, but he just told me where to find the records. But Sakuya, let's find out.
Damn.
You know what? Screws that. Can I ask you something, Nageki?
Yes?
Are you a hallucination?
If I was, that would mean you're asking a hallucination whether or not he's a hallucination.
Yeah, that's right. It does seem a little weird.
Does it matter? Maybe I am, or maybe I'm not.
That doesn't answer anything!
This doesn't usually happen. I've never been able to talk to a bird I've just met before. I think I will remember everything soon. When he goes through his arc here now?
Oh. Because we died super early on in this one, so... Honestly, though, I'm still wondering, how does that mean, the other things work out? Because I was actually kind of assuming, so I was talking to my friend about this, off, when we were sort of just off running around doing our own things in our life, and it was I was kind of going, is, all of then the other routes just sort of a birder sort of just having massive hallucinations as she dies, or just sort of like her sort of magical, I was here for a day, and then I went off in my own head going, yes, I've played the games, I've read the animes,
or whatever
the mangas.
It is. Yeah.
And she goes, and this is how it works.
What about you? Have you found the thing you forgot yet?
Nageki? Do you know something about that? Huh? He disappeared. The thing I forgot. That's exactly what the doctor said, too. Why did Nageki know about that? It wasn't just a coincidence, was it?
Nope, ghosts know everything.
Am I forgetting something important about all of this? I don't think I can dismiss him as just a hallucination.
See, what you forgot is that Birder has an identical twin.
Ha!
And she was murdered because you don't care about her. Obviously not, but just, I mean,
yeah.
It's people who do that kind of stuff in their stories sometimes. Request only books. I've literally stopped listening to you because you won't shut up. This shelf?
Honestly, the thing that I've always thought was funny about, like, twin plots is how much they're like, yeah, and then they just aggressively know each other's lives to such an extent. I'm like, this is ridiculous. They're different people.
They're also
like,
normal
my
siblings.
mom is an identical twin, okay? And they are wildly fucking different people. But it's like people going, no, but what if they were super obsessed with knowing things about... I'm like, as far as I've ever been around most identical twins, they don't like usually being seen as the same person unless, one, it's for their own entertainment and their value, not for everyone else. And then even then, they still usually don't persist with it. Because they're like, I just like my own things, because they're not the same person. You know, it's like the... Like, it's... This shelf. Looks like it. I see a lot of the same books as were in the headmaster's office.
Chronology of Saint Paginations. This.
Let's see. Oh god, I have to read a thing. Okay, I flip out. 2180? Founding of the same school, same year. Ichijo Kitsugi inaugurated as headmaster.
2180. Much more recent than I had thought.
And therefore it's shittier, because I only believe in old, ancient buildings.
Only the classics.
Glorious history.
Are ever good.
Oh,
Nothing but classics.
only 8 years. I hadn't known either.
Aside from that, it's all transfer student records and sports scores. Is there really a clue in here?
I don't know.
There was a
Wait,
page sound.
there has been several page
I
sounds.
love
You missed
those.
it. Wait, Sakuya, look at this. It's a thing that I'm gonna show you here in a minute. A 2183 medical center shut down due to a fire.
Medical center? Does the school have something like that?
I don't think so.
You mean the infirmary? Oh, there was no mention of it in the student guide. If it's not an orientation, it doesn't exist. I suppose it was never reopened. Does it say anything else?
Is the infirmary? Right here. Damage from the fire. The book presents us with a new mystery, as if to taunt our inability to hold all those we already have. A new sort of mystery. As I drag this out for myself.
I say my checklist is getting really long.
I know. 2183. Medical center shut down due to fire. Freshman Fujishiro Nageki died in the basement where the fire started. Oh, but he killed himself. Wait, what?
Maybe he doesn't remember.
What? No, I'm like literally the big thing.
Or maybe they report it that way because they didn't want a suicide at their school.
Oh, that's a good thing to
You cover up the suicide at your school.
Oh, because something's going on.
Because why did he commit suicide at school? That's kind of a big deal. People would look into that.
Yeah, something's going on. Okay, I was like, but what?
I was like, you
but
could do that.
You're right. People can report things badly or report them wrong. Sorry.
Or cover them up.
Okay, cover them up. We're having so much fun. I'm flailing around and I'm yanking
For
headphones
anyone
out of my
who's
friends.
watching this and doesn't know, the two of us share one of those little earbuds on a string things so we can hear the game, because that's what our budget is. And so we're a shoestring budget.
We're at a earbud budget.
Earbud string budget. I can say. And so occasionally, if one of us gestures a lot because we have to be close together, we'll just tear it out of the other one's ear or our own ear, kind of thing.
My apologies.
It's terrible.
I'm sorry. Now where the fire started.
Didn't I just hear that name?
The exact same, but that's... Nageki died 5 years ago? Then what is the Nageki I keep meeting today? Then
what is? I love it. Going, what are you, a figment?
Yeah.
So if you're not a figment, what are you?
He didn't deny that he was a hallucination. Sakuya couldn't see him. Which means he's...
a ghost.
A ghost!
Don't say such dreadful things. It's unscientific. To this Beliveris. I can't pronounce French, so that's probably really bad. We're betting our lives on this search, you know.
Tutti de Beliver?
Belivan?
Belivan, maybe?
Maybe.
Tutti de Beliver!
Tutti de Belivan. Who knows?
Oh, the thing is, I always have a problem with French anyway. Like, so I dated somebody for a while that spoke French, or at least, like, casually spoke French. And there's a lot of the jokes about, like, French does not pronounce a lot of things. Like it's very hyper-specific, too. Like, because some of the times you do pronounce them, and other times you don't, depending on what you're doing.
Sort of like in America, when you spell the word through.
Yeah, and then you're like, why are they all silent? Why are the letters there?
Why do you have UGH in there?
I know.
Should be pronounced thruff, based on rough.
I know!
What a thruff time. We went through thruff the whole way. It was very tough.
You know?
I won't have any cult rubbish brought into it.
But I think he knew something. If he is the same bird, then maybe he could be the key to solving this mystery.
So you intend to rely on some invisible ghost? There are limits, Kawara.
Yeah, shut up! Sakuya! It's the only thing we have. We're gonna die! Oh my god, I spent some time looking for him in the library despite what Sakuya was whining about, but couldn't find him! He's always found me, rather than the other way around. I'll just have to wait for him to show up again. That's actually pretty aware, going like, hang on, I've never actually really, like, found him myself.
I've never found him, he's always just showed up to me.
Yeah, like, that's actually very specific.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
The blood-stained bird. Hi.
Do you have an idea?
I feel like I should. I still think it's Ryuta. I hate to say it, there's some part of me that doesn't understand why it would be him. But that feels like the kind of twist that this would be.
You blacked out. You were programmed to do this thing. There was a Winter Soldier code to make you go mad.
Yeah, I'm like, it just seems really weird. Like, I don't know. I'm hoping they don't do that because that just sort of makes it kind of like a boring twist to me, but...
Yeah, I still loved it how a couple of times in chat on Twitch doing, you know, live discourse with people, there's been a fun time where we develop, you know, context for a situation and then a meme about the situation and also use words specific to the game, and you say a whole sentence that makes perfect sense, but it sounds like code-breaking Winter Soldier gibberish to anyone who's not completely in the know. And a couple of times it's actually been pointed out, all of us read the sentence, you know, sort of blanking our minds out and like, that sounds so bad. It doesn't even sound like communication.
Right? I feel like I should. It's not something I'd encounter normally, but for some reason, I know some birdie like that?
Oh, it's the fallen angel, the bloodstained bird. The fallen angel is a bloodstained bird.
Yeah, but like, okay, so...
I saw them entering the school. Doesn't mean they're involved, but that's who the bloodstained bird is, right?
Oh, yeah, no, and that could be the assumption of it was a bloodstained bird, and if Angel, basically, Angel and Anghil, if that particular individual, because that's the missing student, like, part of my brain is like, but that character wasn't included until the update. So I'm wondering how they've decided to include that character now. Is that just sort of...
Or maybe it's not that. Maybe that's just supposed to be MacGuffin.
Maybe.
Okay, anyway.
I don't know.
Vague. As always, we do have a time limit here. We must not fall behind. Remember, I'm in charge, so I'm directing you as my volunteer unpaid intern employee. Rather, you are my subordinate. So, do not... disorganize yourself.
I know. If I remember what it is, I'll say right away. Like, chill.
Stop having a bad memory.
Maybe Yuya was still in there? Let's go ask him again.
He did say he was there until he returned home.
And also, fucking... Oh, unless, like, Yuya was hiding in there. Yuya was hiding, watching, Shu.
Yep.
And Shu, because I mentioned before, Shu hasn't said that Yuya was with him.
Nope.
So, I think, basically,
Yuya said I was with Shu, but Shu
has not said I was with Yuya.
Not at all. That's the thing, is that somebody is lying and bending details here.
Yeah, I know. Until, he returned home.
gently bending the details, until he returned home. If anyone went in, he should have seen them. However, he's a filthy mongrel. However, he said that he saw nothing out of the ordinary.
It also could be really funny because what you're describing as a bloodstained bird, if Yuya knows who that person is, he could be like, they're not bloodstained. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So if that
also,
is
this is
that...
Oko-san, and Oko-san's supposed to be ridiculous. It could have literally been a robin with a red breast.
It could have.
Could have a blood-stained bird that had red on them.
Oh,
red bird!
Oko-san!
It's a cardinal! Blood-stained always!
I still love telling the story, so that I knew about blue jays first, so I would call cardinals red jays.
Uh-huh.
And I was really confused as a child, going like, well, why do you call them cardinals? You have blue jays, so you have red jays.
Because they look the same.
They look the same.
Yep, same shape. Yep.
It was very, I had butch grump, and actually I found out that there actually is a type of, like, crossbreed you can get between, blue jays and cardinals.
Okay.
And it looks really cool.
I bet it's not purple, though. That'd be fun.
No, it's not. I remember seeing a picture of it, but it looks really wild.
I bet it would be. Also, I'm just like, there's a bird that also looks like the whole cardinal, a sort of a blue jay shape with the little, like, head crest and stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's black. And my brain's like, black jays?
Black jay?
Black jays.
Black jays.
I love all the jays. We support bows and jays on this channel.
Yes.
Yes. What if that's what if what said is true, then he was lying.
If what you
said or what
was
he
said.
said.
Yeah, I'm like, there's something
what else
missing.
has been said. Yeah, we dropped a word here.
There's a whole word dropped here. Which would mean that the doctor was lying too.
It would mean that everyone's lying a bit. It's okay. Very well.
Because everybody's lying about something.
Mm-hmm.
And I betcha even Sakuya is lying about something.
This is still a very nice
Yuya!
I'm still like, I just look at Yuya. I'm just like, you are a nice looking bird. You look very, very friendly and very chonky. But strong. You know? Salutations. How goes the investigation?
Oh,
well. Just who do you think I am? Yeah, unlike me, you're a very capable bird.
Yuya! We wanted to ask you something.
Oh. I'll answer anything that doesn't violate my privacy, so ask away.
Did you really not see anything yesterday after school?
Did you really see nothing? Nothing at all? I'm not sure what you mean. I thought the doctor and I already verified each other's innocence.
No,
that's
you didn't.
such a way to say it. Oh my god. Yes. We were in the infirmary the entire time.
So in one of the routes where you're playing Birder, oh god, you can basically go, I'm not gonna validate that Yuya wasn't there.
And get Yuya in trouble.
I'm like, oh god. Like so that part of the story is actually showing up here, except now Yuya's having to rely on the doctor for something.
Differently.
We talked to San earlier. He said that he saw a bloodstained stranger going into the infirmary yesterday. Except unless, like, it's a mistake, because I'm going, that's weird that, like, Ryota hasn't noticed, but it's also possible, again, the character can miss things. And you're supposed to go, but the doctor never mentioned Yuya. Like, seriously, has not mentioned.
Right, you mentioned him, but he didn't mention you.
Yeah.
So, you assume he would say that you're there? You assume that he wouldn't contradict you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yesterday.
Did you see anything like that? Were you that birdie? Nope. Sorry. Could you be the blood-stained bird yourself? Yikes. No, as you can see, I'm not hurt anywhere at all. Gently does a turn, opens wings, look at me, I'm beautiful. Besides, he said he saw this bird going into the infirmary, not going to the infirmary, not going into the infirmary, right?
Well, yeah, he did.
Anyway, I didn't see anything, so he must not have gotten into the infirmary, just towards it. There's not much more I can say. Right, Doctor? Pause.
No. Yes, that's right. No one came yesterday. I don't think we'll find anything more here, Sakuya. Let's move on.
They're both lying, so we can't do anything about it.
Yep.
Indeed.
And that's really funny, because one is a Dove Party member and one is a Hawk Party member.
Uh-huh.
When we know this, at least I know this explicitly from the other rounds.
I would bet you very solidly that they're both lying for completely different reasons, and they don't know each other's stories.
Yeah, they really don't.
Each one of them going, well, it's really helpful that this other person is covering for me.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. I wonder if neither of them were in the infirmary.
I think that would be really funny.
And they're both going, I don't know why he's covering for me, but perfect.
Excellent. Did those two really not see anything yesterday? If there had actually been some blood-stained danger, then that would mean that Yuya and the doctor are hiding something. Honestly, I think it would be really charming, though. Like, part of my brain kind of wants to go, I feel like they'll be really simplistic and they're covering for each other, like, and they do know what's going on. But I kind of do love your idea of going, and it's just sort of that coincidentally they end up covering for each other and they don't really know why, and they're sort of trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, but not like asking questions.
I've actually seen it in comedies a couple of times, and I love it, where one of them goes, oh yeah, I was with so-and-so, was I? And the other one, who's like desperately needs an alibi is like, yes you were!
Hell yeah! Where do we... The medical center seems like a good place to go now, but you know what? We can't, because we're out of time! Oh god, let's not get caught down! Okay, so everybody, thank you very much for following us. If you really like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Please save me. Please. It would also be great to see you on Twitch, where you could talk to me live. It would be great. Would love to see you there as well. Please save me from Sakuya. It's a lot, okay? Also, please go check out the Ko-Fi and the Patreon. There are some links in the description down below. It will help us so that we're not on such a string budget. But other than that, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!